Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with episode 17 of Crash Your Trash. Today I'm going to be making some ephemera for the Autumn Garden Journal, which is the 2,000 subscriber grand prize giveaway. But I thought it's about time I did another Crash Your Trash. So we're going to be making a couple of tags and a belly band using this Amazon packaging. So let me just take this off really quick so I can show you what we're using. So I'm going to put this Amazon packaging in the middle of my pieces of paper here, and I'm going to leave this so that we've got writing space on the back of the tag. So that's what we're going to do because I love this sound, and it is just trash in my drawer, so crash your trash. So we're going to be making a belly band and 2 tags. I did cut my back piece a little bit bigger than the front piece on these so that it allows for a little bit of room for that packaging. I can cut off the excess. It's easier if the packaging is sticking out a little bit from my past experience, but we'll see how that goes. So these are the bits to that tag, so I'm just going to set that aside. And then these are the bits for the belly band, so that's that. And these are the bits for the other tag, a somewhat large tag. And we're going to be also using some of those leaves that we made with the ink smushing with the Distress ink, the Distress Oxide inks that has already gone up on the channel. So let's see what we can do here. I've got my little envelope of textile scraps for this kit, and we'll see how we want to use those. I've also got my small bin of some lace and textile bits and some quotes in case I change my mind on what I have picked. I have also already inked around the edges. I did not yet cut these into tag shapes. We will do that here in a moment. But I'm going to go ahead and use my Fabri-Tac to attach this to the back of this piece of cardstock. So, or this is this is a kit page printed on 65-pound paper. I'm going to glue the Amazon packaging to the base of that. So let me just do that really quick. I just want it to not move as we're sewing, because I am going to sew around each of these. I will not bore you with that. I will speed through it. I can't get my sewing machine in frame, so just fussing with this to get it sort of lined up a little bit. Again, we can trim up if we need to. So that is that. And then I'm going to use a little bit of Fabri-Tac also here, just to, again, hold that in place. So I'm just putting it in the middle. And then we're going to put our front piece on as well. And I will try to line up the back and the front of these as best I can. Again, we can trim off because I believe I left excess on the back piece. So we're going to glue these all together, and then we will go to the sewing machine and sew. I guess I do need to cut my edges. So how am I going to do that? I guess I'm going to have to trim this up now because otherwise I can't cut my tag shapes. So let's just do that. As you can see, it's not very well adhered right here, but that is okay. It's secure enough for the sewing machine. This is not even at the bottom though. Bottom and sides we can rectify in a little bit, but let's go ahead and cut our tag shape. So I'm just going to cut one there, and I'm going to separate that and go ahead and just turn that over and use it on my other corner, just so it is exactly the same size. Perfect. So that is now ready for sewing. I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to do the same with these, and I will just speed through this for you guys. And here is the last one. This is a belly band, so it doesn't matter which side goes up or down because you're not going to see it. So I'm just going to do this side in this case. But I thought, wow, a crunchy, scrunchy, crunchy belly band would be fun. I haven't done one of those before. I think I've done one other video where I used this bubble wrap packaging inside of tags. It was really cool. I love the sound of it. Very crinkly. Just hear that? And let's just get this last bit on, and then I will go ahead and head over to the sewing machine. Well, I don't have to head anywhere. It's right here by me. It's just not on my desk, so it'll be easy peasy. There we go. Looks to be good. Awesome. Just trim this up. And I will give you the dimensions of these as well in case you guys are interested when we are all done stitching. So again, you want to make your tags and journal cards based on the size of your journal and whatnot. So it doesn't really matter. There's no rules about it. You can kind of play around with what you like. So there we go. So let's, oh, I didn't do the tag corners on this one. So a little bit to trim off the bottom too. It's too close, it's not going to let me. So we're going to go ahead and cut this tag shape as well. And again, we're going to turn that up. Yeah. It's like this. Nope. It's like this. What? Wrong piece, Cara-Renee. This one. So if you just do that, flip it over, then you get that exact same angle, which is pretty nifty, like so. And I'm just moving all these things. I don't want to get my little scraps all mixed up with my embellishment pieces there, so I'm just fixing that really quick. And let's just go ahead and ink this really quick. We can always touch up the inking as well when we get them all sewed. Not a big deal. Pretty sweet deal though. I think these are going to be fun. They are bulky, but again, as I've mentioned in other videos, I do account for that in terms of how big I make my spine because I love doing this kind of stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and hop over to the sewing machine and I will be right back. Okay, these are done. I'm just going to go ahead and do a little bit of trimming here. I could almost hear the popping of the bubble wrap going through the sewing machine. That was pretty cool. Got some messiness going on here. That's okay. I don't care if it's not perfect. It's just super fun. So this one, just trim a little bit off. So now that I know that that bubble wrap is all squished in there, we can trim up some of these edges that are still a little bit hanging over. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if it's going to let us do it very well without grabbing some of the paper as well, because that bubble wrap is kind of slippery. I'm just going to go up on the paper a little bit, just avoiding the stitching so that I don't mess that up. I'm not too concerned about it being perfect. So let's just trim these up and I'll be back in a second. This one looks to be pretty darn good. So I'm just going to make sure that I'm going to go over the inking a little bit here just because we've got some overhang, which is not a problem, that it looks like it's the paper from the back. But I'm not going to worry about that because we can just ink it up. Like so. Touching up the back as well. Oh, that's so lovely. I mean, you can hear it up close. I don't know if you guys can tell. It's like the combination of the bubble wrap and the thickness of the paper. You could easily, and probably better to do this with a 20-pound paper, but I printed all my kits on 65 pounds, so they're a little bit thick, but that's the way I like it. Again, just inking that up just to try to disguise some of that that stuff that's sticking out a little bit. I need to trim this a bit more, these strings. Whoops. Strings. we're going to do a little decorating, then we'll be done. Shortest video ever. Not my normal style. Okay, so we've got this little bird, and I wanted it to go on this tag, and I'm gonna ink these bits up after I trim off this ticket. I thought this ticket would be fun. It's from one of the kits. All of the supplies will be over on my blog, and a link to the blog is in the description box. And so while I'm just fussing here, I'll talk to you about the giveaway. So this is the 2,000 subscriber giveaway. A drawing is for this Autumn Garden Journal. That's the grand prize. The second prize is the Autumn Diary Journal. It is already complete. In order to qualify for the drawing, you need to be a subscriber. You need to like every video, go back to the video, get the playlist called Autumn Garden and Autumn Diary, and like each of those videos and leave a comment, a meaningful comment. And as I've repeated before, basically all I'm looking for is just engagement. So whatever what would you tell a friend? Like, what would you share? Like your favorite memory, your favorite tradition, your favorite color, those kinds of things is what I'm looking for. I love that kind of engagement on our channel, on my channel, with the folks that follow over there. So if you would do that, that will qualify you for the giveaway. And unfortunately, it is only available to folks in the United States and Canada, the drawing, but because it's just not affordable for me to do that internationally at this point. So trying to find a way to draw in international subscribers into a drawing, but I'm just trying to figure out how to do that. So here we go. I thought this would be fun to just put off of the side of this, kind of different. I'm just going to kind of fold it in half, and then I think I'm going to run it under the sewing machine, kind of raggedy. So I think I'll put it about right here. So let me just run this into my sewing machine real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, that was short and sweet. I'm just kind of making this a little bit of a grungy kind of look here. Trimming that off. It's a little bit crooked, but that's okay. My motto, perfection is not at play in the studio, in my studio. So I'm going to go ahead. I want this bird on here, and I thought I would have the bird sit on the sentiment a little bit, like so. So I'm just trying to think about where I want that. I do want a little piece of lace underneath the sentiment. So let me just find a piece of textile here we can use. This is from an old garment that I purchased at, I don't know, Goodwill or something like that. So we're going to just use that. And so I'm going to put it, I need to figure out where my bird needs to go because he's kind of big for this tag, and I don't want his tail hanging over. So that should be good. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Fabri-Tac and just put a bead of glue across there. We'll just place that on there. And then I'm going to attach my sentiment, and I'm going to kind of have the bird sitting on top of it, like it's standing on the sentiment, standing on a beautiful day. Isn't that beautiful? Just going to hold this up and make sure I've got that moderately straight. There we go. And then we'll put our bird on. There we go. I forgot to mention there is a third prize also in the drawing, but it's going to be a random draw. Pretty much from all the videos, I'm just going to do a random draw for the third prize, which is the Altoid Tin Mini Journal called Cottage Charm. There is a playlist for that in case you're interested in how I created that. But look at that. Is that just the sweetest thing ever? Love it. Okay, what did we have for this little guy? I think I was going to use this leaf. So this is that leaf that we made in the die cuts and ink smushing video, very recent video, also in the playlist for this journal. So isn't that just so cool? I love that. So it's just the perfect colors for our little kit here, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and just attach this here, and I'm going to put I think I want something under it, perhaps maybe another piece of this. This is really pretty, but not quite big enough. I may not stress about that too much. I don't want it to be anything thick that will take away from the background here. So let me just fish in here and see if there's anything else that would work. We've got this. That would be pretty. Let me just straighten that out a little bit. Even it out. I'm just going to kind of cut at the top of those flowers. Hopefully. Sorry, that's off screen there for you guys. Excuse me. I'm just going to trim this up a little bit. Doesn't have to be exactly square or anything, or rectangular. Just going to get it in here. I think I need to trim it down just a little bit in terms of height. Let's see what we got. I love that because I love that those flowers that are embroidered being there. So I think that we're going to go with that. So I'm just going to put a bunch of Fabri-Tac here. And hopefully I can get this exactly back where it was because that was pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. Like that. And then we'll put our little die cut on the top. Again with Fabri-Tac because we are going over some textile bits. And then we're going to just put our little leaf here. I almost feel like that's too much lace, but it is what it is now. So I thought that we could put that here. It's kind of weird, isn't it? Oops, we got a bunch of glue underneath here. I think this needs to go up a little more. We got some glue on the base here I don't like. I feel like I want to trim this up, so I'm going to do that if I can. It feels like it's too much, too square. Even though I lose my flower, which I was really liking. That's okay, we sacrifice things all the time, right? In the creative journey, you just got to let go. Just let go. Don't worry about it. There we go. It's different, not my normal style, but that's okay. So I do need something underneath here though, because otherwise that's not going to pop off the page or from the background. So let me see if this would work. Oops, where'd it go? On my lap. So this would be pretty right here, just to kind of have this set on there. Yeah, different. Again, it's different, but different is sometimes good. I do have to be careful that I get this glued down really well because this tag will likely go in a pocket and we don't want it to be get stuck and stuff. So there we go. We'll just do that. Let's stick this little baby on there. Let's ink her up. This is all from the kits, and they will again all be linked. So if you're interested in them, you can check that out. Write Out Loud journals, Liana Scraps, The Journal Boat, and Caroline's Musings are the names of the shops. I love that. I'm not used to using this kind of an element, so that's really, really quite different. And then I've got this sentiment that says, I run on pumpkin and spice, and I thought that would actually be kind of pretty to just go like that over the whole bit there. So I will probably come back and put some kind of a tag topper on this, but I'm not going to do that right now. Probably do it before I finish uploading the video. I'll put some photos at the end. So I do run on pumpkin spice, you guys. I love it. Love it, love it. Okay, that is beautiful. Look at that. Oh my goodness. So sweet. Okay, one more. This is our belly band. And again, it's fairly thick. In the future, I would probably do my printing on 20-pound paper because that bulk from the bubble wrap is making this very, very thick. But again, I allow for that in the size of my signatures. Got a little pumpkin here I thought would be pretty on this one. because it's the exact same color as that flower. So I thought that was fun. And we've got thankful. Isn't that what it's all about? Being grateful, being thankful, being in a spirit of gratitude. So I feel like I want it down here because I like that white showing, and I want something on here. So I'm thinking that I'm going to put some lace on this one. So let me grab my basket of different textiles that were set aside for this project. So I got this, which I think would be really pretty, maybe going down the middle. I don't want to take away from the image though, so I think that's a little bit too much. So let me see what else I've got over here. This would be really pretty too. This is that rosette ribbon that I think I showed you guys in a previous video. That would be really pretty. I think that is it. Yes. I love it when it just feels right. It feels right for me. That doesn't mean it would be right for you, but that's why we are each our own individual people, and we get to decide what we like. So I'm going to go ahead and just run that up the middle, and I'm just guessing on the middle here. Just like so. And then we're going to go ahead and place this on here. The pin roaming around. Like so. Get my hands on it. And like so. Turn this to see if it's straight-ish. I love that. I love that a lot. It's not straight though, so let's just, I like to hold it up because it gives you a different perspective than when it's flat on the table. At least that's what I have found to be true. I love that. So let's just trim this bottom off and the top off, and then we will be done. We're just going to glue on our little pumpkin and our word, and then we can go ahead. Oh, I covered up that white. Doggone it. Silly me. That's okay. It happens. Not a big deal. So I think I'm going to just kind of go right here with that little pumpkin. It's a little cutie pie. I'm not a pumpkin person. I don't carve pumpkins. I don't buy pumpkins. I don't decorate pumpkins. I don't do any of that. Maybe one day I will, but not right now. I'm just going to kind of go off the bottom of the pumpkin just to kind of offset that a little bit. And I'm going to hold that for a moment. So anyway, thank you guys for stopping by. I hope that you're well, and I hope that by the time you see this, we're going to be probably at Thanksgiving. So I hope that you have a blessed Thanksgiving wherever you are and with whoever you are with. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye-bye.